All right. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on a hidden digital war, one that's being fought every single second of every day. It's this high stakes battle between, let's call them the guardians of our online world, and these ghost networks that can hide pretty much anything. So let's figure out who's actually winning.
So, yeah, who is winning this invisible war? You know, it's not a simple question. On one side, you've got this growing army of cyber defenders, and on the other, you have a technology that offers some incredibly powerful anonymity. And the outcome of their struggle? Well, it affects literally everything we do online. Okay, so let's meet our two main players here. Over on the left, we've got the Guardians. These are the ethical hackers, the cybersecurity pros, all working to find and fix the weak spots in our digital lives. And then on the right, we have the anonymous realm, which is best represented by the Tor network, a really powerful tool for privacy that, well, also creates some deep shadows for others to operate in. So first, let's zoom in on the Guardians. Their world right now is basically a digital gold rush. Seriously. Defending our networks has become one of the fastest growing and, frankly, most lucrative industries on the entire planet. And if you really want to understand the scale of this, all you have to do is follow the money. The market for what's called penetration testing, that's just the official term for ethical hacking, is projected to hit a staggering $7 billion by 2032. This is not a niche field anymore. It is a massive economic engine. And the speed of this growth is just incredible. I mean, look at this. The market is set to more than triple in less than a decade. This kind of explosion in spending, it just shows you how seriously companies are taking cybersecurity and how much they are willing to pay to find their own weaknesses before an attacker does. But, and this is a big but, here's the catch. All that money can't buy what these companies desperately need, and that's people. By 2025, there's expected to be a global shortage of 3.5 million cybersecurity professionals. Why? Well, it's mostly because technology is just evolving way faster than our schools can train experts, and every single one of those empty chairs represents an open door for an attacker. So this skills gap is exactly what's fueling this whole digital gold rush. The rewards for talented ethical hackers are just incredible. An average salary over 100 grand? That's just the start. Independent bug bounty hunters can earn absolute fortunes, and just one single platform, HackerOne, paid out over $81 million in just 1 year. The incentive to become a guardian has never, ever been higher. Now, let's switch gears and look at the other side of this equation, the technology that really defines this anonymous realm. We're talking about Tor, which is often sensationalized as the dark web. But you know what? The reality is it's a lot more nuanced than that. So the key thing to understand here is the Onion site. Just think of it like a website that lives in a private corner of the internet. You can't find it with Google or a normal browser, and the tech behind it hides both who's running the site and who's visiting it. It provides this really powerful layer of anonymity. And this is not some fringe technology we're talking about. Every single day, over 2.5 million people use the Tor network, and use it for a huge range of reasons, from citizens in authoritarian countries trying to get uncensored news, to journalists protecting their sources, to just regular people who want to protect their privacy online. And this right here, this slide just shatters the biggest misconception about Tor. A massive 98.5% of its traffic is just people anonymously accessing the regular, everyday internet we all use. Only a teeny tiny fraction, just 1.5%, is actually going to those hidden .onion sites. Okay, but let's dig into that tiny slice even further, because it gets more interesting. Within that little piece of the pie for hidden services, studies show that less than half are involved in any kind of illicit activity. That means the majority of the so-called dark web is actually used for things like secure corporate communications, political activism, or maybe just hosting a blog without fear of reprisal. Okay, so we've got a booming industry of defenders on one side and a powerful tool for anonymity on the other. Now, let's look at where these two worlds slam into each other. This is where the work of the Guardians becomes so critical. So here's the thing. Both ethical and malicious hackers are pretty much looking at the exact same targets. Web applications are the #1 way in. APIs, you can think of them as the digital messengers that let software talk to each other. They're another huge weak spot. And as everyone moves to the cloud, very few companies actually have solid programs to test its security. But here it is. This is probably the most shocking statistic in this entire explainer. Even when the Guardians do their job, they find a flaw,
only 48% of those vulnerabilities are ever actually fixed. That's right, companies are paying hackers to find their problems, and then they're just leaving more than half of those doors completely unlocked. It's wild. And this quote from Gartner really just ties it all together. That skills gap we talked about earlier, it's not just about finding the problems, it's about having the people and the resources to actually fix them. This human factor is predicted to be the cause of most major cyber incidents in the very near future. So, where does all of this leave us? Well, we're stuck right in the middle of a digital arms race. The stakes get higher every single year, and honestly, there's no clear winner on the horizon. The whole situation is this weird paradox, right? It's like a feedback loop. There's a critical skills gap, so that creates a booming market that pulls in new talent. Vulnerabilities are found, but they're not fixed. Well, then the salaries for the experts who can fix them go through the roof. Anonymity tools are widely available. Well, that just increases the demand for more and more guardians. It's just this constant cycle of action and reaction. Ultimately, the very same technology that connects our world also creates the shadows where these threats can grow. The Guardians are in a constant, never-ending race against the vulnerabilities in our own creations. And the question we're all left with is, it's simple, but it's profound. Can they keep up?